I have a lot of things to say about you. Yes, you. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy X here, and I'm back with another video. If you're here on this fine morning, welcome to my Dying Light 2 review and stuff. I just recently beat the game, I think last night and stuff like that, and I wanted to record this while it's still fresh in my head and stuff. Got a lot of things to talk about. A lot of things from what I enjoyed, what I didn't enjoy, what I downright hate and stuff like that, because this game, even though I love it, has a lot of issues and stuff. And you know, I will be going over everything, stuff like that. So it will be a long review, stuff like that. So you make sure that you just grab your popcorn, you know, chillax, you know, put your feet up on stuff on the couch and stuff like that, just wherever you are, because I got a lot of things to cover in this review. So if you guys do enjoy today's video, make sure you smash like, but subscribe if you're new to the channel. Make sure you I'll contribute so much. And without further ado, sit back, relax, grab your popcorn, because this is my Dying Light 2 review. All right. Where do I begin? Well, which I always begin. The story. Now this review is gonna be spoiler free. So if you haven't played the game yet and stuff, don't worry. I won't be go into no spoilers and stuff like that. I'll just give my briefs, you know, my thoughts about the story as a whole and stuff like that, and what I enjoyed. The voice acting is good. I mean, like, okay, before people say, oh, you didn't really pay attention. Yes, I did, fully. I didn't have Netflix on the back. I didn't have other things that was going around behind me that distract me from the story. But I'm gonna keep it real. The pacing is not there and stuff. The pacing is all over the place. The story, for the most part, it starts off strong and stuff like that. So the brief things: you play as Aiden. He's a pilgrim. Basically, that means that you're an outcast and stuff like that. And he's trying to look for his sister, Mia. And there's certain plot twists. There's certain like things that I was like, whoa, I didn't see that coming. But the central plot of Aiden looking for his sister does not matter and stuff. I do not care about that plot point and stuff like that. I do not care about that plot because it'll not end there. We never meet the sister until like the very end and stuff. And it just like they just used that as an excuse to give him a reason to go into the city. Now, what makes up for it is the characters and the side characters and stuff, which really should be the main focus here and stuff, because if you just focus on Aiden finding his sister, you're not going to really enjoy the story and stuff. But the main character, side characters, these are ones that kept me interested and stuff like that. Each one of them has personality and stuff like that, and traits and stuff. You learn their backstory and stuff like that, where they came from, how they feel surviving in these conditions and stuff like that. You know, you get to really know, the characters. Also, there's a power struggle and stuff like that between these two factions, the Saviors and the Peacekeepers. Now, both of them are sort of allies, stuff like that, because they all fight against this enemy faction called the Renegades and stuff, which they just terrorize people, stuff like that. Which they have a bigger role to play and stuff like that. But but at the start and stuff like that, you can pick between the peacekeepers or the saviors and stuff like that. Whatever faction you want to get to and stuff. So and of course this story is choice based, so your story could end up completely different than mine, and like my choices and my ending and stuff like that. So there's different branches and stuff like that, different paths stuff you can take. You can choose to save a character, or let that character die, or I'll go this way, or betray this character to go with this character. It was like there were so many hard decisions where I just where the timer was ticking down, and I was just like, damn, should I help her or should I not? So I love that and stuff like that. They give you, it's like the feeling of choice. And for people saying, oh, your choices don't really matter and stuff, doesn't really affect the story. Yes, it does and stuff. It does and stuff. Your choices do matter in the story, from how the environment is shaped and stuff like that. Who gets more control of what characters show up. Entire quests can be locked if you don't choose a certain sign and stuff like that. You won't probably meet certain characters and stuff. So yeah, so this game that's required for like at least 2 playthroughs to get all of it, but as stuff for the story, for the most part, the central plot of Pimp My Sister do not care about, but it was the characters that made up for it and stuff like that. Now the voice acting, I gotta say and stuff, Jonah Scott, a voice in Aiden, fantastic. Aiden has so much more personality than Kyle Crane, and as soon as he goes and stuff further into the game, you just feel that and stuff like that, like he's suffering and stuff like that because he's affected and stuff, and you just feel that touch of like every line and stuff. It's like he's actually there and stuff like that. He's actually there. Not no Kyle Crane. Shout out to Kyle Crane. He's the GOAT, but instead he just coming there like, hey, what's up? I'm coming to kill you. Like, no, and it's like, please stop and stuff. So I love that and stuff. Aiden and stuff as a protagonist and stuff, great job and stuff. I really enjoyed his character and stuff, and his growth and stuff. So yeah. Now the antagonist in this game. I'm not gonna spoil nothing, but he wasn't even in the game that much that I would like him to be. He's there and stuff like that. I think that he's kind of he sounds cool, but as a character, I don't know. It feels like he wasn't in the story that much, besides brief cutscenes and stuff. So if you see me looking here and stuff, I have my notes and stuff. The story and stuff is great and stuff like that. There are side quests too in this and stuff like that you could do that play a part in the main story and stuff, which adds to. Now let me get to my gripes about the story and stuff. Some of the side quests are fetch quests. They shouldn't be there like like these wacky ones like, oh, find this, find my dog, or it was this one what I talked about in my last video. Oh, find my dating cards for my dating service. What? In a apocalypse game? So some of these side quests could have been left out and stuff like that. I get that they were trying to break away from the tension and stuff like that, but it just takes you out of it and stuff. So some of the side quests are good, some of them are just like fetch quests, stuff like that. I didn't even do like the challenges and stuff like that because I was not interested. But most of the side quests are engaging and stuff like that. You meet characters, learn their backstory, but some of them are just like, go here, grab this item, go here, go kill that person, and come back. Those I could care less for and stuff, but it's an open world game and stuff. You're gonna have that. Lip syncing issues and stuff. Like I said, this game is really buggy. I will be doing all the glitches and bugs that I experienced at the end and stuff like that. But for now, the lip syncing is off. Certain pieces of dialogue won't sync up and stuff like that. And I had some audio issues where the dialogue would just cut out completely. Now that's frustrating because when you're in the heat of the story and there's important dialogue and stuff like that trying to tell you something and cuts out, unless you have subtitles on, you're not gonna, be able to hear it and stuff like that. So that is a major blow. I had it happen to me a lot and stuff. But while that being said, the story for the most part, I did enjoy it. Even though the pacing issues, the main plot is right there, but the characters make up for it and stuff like that with their own stories and their own goals and stuff. So, story for the most part, I did enjoy it and stuff with all the flaws. So, story, Techland, you get 1 thumbs up. Moving on to what everybody plays, Dying Light 2, the gameplay and stuff. And we all know Dying Light's gameplay is legendary and stuff, from the first game to the parkour to the combat. So I'm gonna touch on the parkour. The parkour is fantastic. It's fluid. It's like a upgrade from the parkour Dying Light 1. Now the Dying Light 1 parkour was good, but this one is, you have more moves. It's just more fluid. It connects more and stuff like that. There are some issues with it. But as a whole, stuff like that, it starts off slow and stuff, and you have the stamina meter. Now, at the beginning of the game, you have no stamina at all, like completely stuff like that. That's so basically that you define these inhibitors and stuff like that, scattered around the world or in dark zones, which I'll get to that in my in my nighttime gameplay. But for now, just regular gameplay and stuff. It's fun, it's fluid and stuff like that. There are glitches where you just like fall through objects. I got stuck on countless objects and stuff like that. So I couldn't even, really like, especially like the monkey bar and stuff like that. I would always like my character would just go right through them and not hook up stuff like that. So the parkour needs to be tweaked when it works. When the parkour works, it's fantastic and stuff. But when it's glitchy and you're getting chased, stuff like that, and you get like stuck on like a car or something, it is not good. But the parkour as a whole, fantastic, stuff like that. I could spend hours just running around and stuff like that, especially when you get to the that city part and stuff like that. And then these tall buildings and you could just skydive and just go crazy and stuff. So parkour is fun. The combat now is what I really wanted to touch on, because I think the combat is a big improvement over the first one. Now I see a lot of people saying, "Oh, the first Dying Light combat was actually better and stuff." Some aspects I agree to that, like the ragdoll physics and stuff like that. But the hit detection and the way that your weapon connect with the affected or the human enemies, it's just so satisfying and stuff like that. And now they blend the parkour moves together with the combat, stuff like that. So basically, it starts out really slow, just like the parkour, stuff like that. But this game is all about, the more you play, the more it gets, stuff like that. I guess I get it. That doesn't turn out to a lot of people, but and stuff is fantastic. Once you unlock more skills and stuff like that, you can stun enemies, jump over that enemy, drop kick him in the face, stuff like that and stuff. Basically just all crazy shit, stuff like that. Then you get the grapple hook, which if you level it up, you can throw it at an enemy and say, "Get over here," like Scorpion from Mortal Kombat, and that's fun. So the the combat elements mixed with the parkour elements just gives you you just feel like a superhero and stuff like that. Like no one can touch you. And at the beginning of the game, I would say that's like that because you feel terrified, you feel weak. It's like it's an even playing field. But as you level up, as you get more skills, nobody can stop you. You can take on like 10, 20 guys and you just level them and stuff. So, it's not really like a challenge anymore and stuff like that. It's still a challenge, but not really like, so much as a threat as you when you first start. Now there's different, skill trees, stuff like that. So, you have combat and parkour skills, stuff like that. So they condense into two skill trees. Now, of course, the more XP you get from, you know, your both sides, your, you know, if you do a lot more parkour, you'll get a lot more parkour points. If you do a lot more combat, you get a lot more combat points, stuff like that. So, you know, and each skill stuff that you unlock and stuff just adds to arsenal. So you have perfect parry, you have drop kick, you have stomp, which is my favorite. When you knock an enemy on the ground and you just stomp his face in and stuff like that. My favorite. You know, you have parkour and stuff like that. You know, higher jump, far jump and stuff. You know, double jump and stuff. You know, you have all these skills that you can unlock and stuff to use. I suggest you unlock all these skills, but I also suggest you to level up your stamina and your health and stuff. So basically, the only way for you to do that is the inhibitors. Now these inhibitors are like, you know, little I did like the little steroid shots and stuff like that you can find in GRE crates across the map, more specifically in dark zones and stuff, or like the nighttime boss battles and stuff like that. You know, but you need 3 of them to upgrade either your health or your stamina and stuff like that, which I would say go with the stamina, or to try to do both at the same time, which I did and stuff like that, because you might not enjoy it in the start because you have no stamina. You know, you get tired easily and stuff like that. Thank God that running does not take stamina away, but your health bar is tiny, your stamina bar is tiny, and you know it might feel frustrating. But of course, the more you level up and stuff, but get those inhibitors, you're gonna need them, trust me and stuff. So yeah, but the gameplay as a whole and stuff like that. Now there are some glitches, stuff like that, you know, where my hits and stuff don't register and stuff like that. You know, sometimes I can't, sometimes I can't take out my weapon. Some of the moves don't connect, stuff like that, like the drop kick and stuff. So basically, I run to an enemy, I drop kick him, kick just goes right through him and stuff. So yes, there are some of those glitches, stuff like that. You know, it gets laggy and stuff like that. But the gameplay for the most part is a step up from what it was and stuff like that in the first game. So I'll give them that and stuff. And now the human AI combat completely, because the human AI combat in Dying Light 1 was complete trash and stuff. But now this one, you can parry them, stuff like that. When enemy attack, you can just parry them and stun them, or you can block the enemy, stuff like that. You can go around them. It's much more engaging and fluent, because it has to be, because there's no guns in the game and stuff, because it's a modern dark ages. So everybody is just running around with machetes and makeshift weapons and bats and hammers and stuff. So it had to be engaging, and I think that they nailed it and stuff. I have no complaints, stuff like that. Way more better, because in Dying Light 1, they'll just block every single attack that you do. But now when you hit them, they actually go and stuff. And you look like they're doing damage. They get stunned and stuff, which is great. So yeah, the human AI combat and stuff, of course, is an upgrade over the first one and stuff. But that's not saying much. All right, so that's the gameplay as a whole and stuff like that. I did enjoy the gameplay. Of course, the gameplay is what everybody really played the Dying Light 4 and stuff, and the gameplay is fantastic and stuff. It's like the one thing that they actually nailed in the game and stuff. From the combat to the parkour, you're gonna enjoy it, stuff like that. Especially if you was a Dying Light 1 fan, it's gonna feel more the same, but just more fluid and stuff like that, and more like grounded and stuff. So yeah, so gameplay, Techland stuff, I'm going to give you an A star for that. This was the category that I was going to talk about, that I was going to, put in the gameplay section. But after playing through it needed its own section. It needed its own section, because I got mixed thoughts about the game, the nighttime gameplay. Now, the nighttime gameplay, in my opinion, is very underwhelming. Now, before I get to negatives, I'm gonna talk about the pros and stuff like that, So basically and stuff, nighttime is a staple in Dying Light franchise and stuff like that. Basically, daytime's for the humans, we can run around, stuff like that, loot stuff, basically do all your missions. But as soon as nighttime falls, it changes. So that's for the monsters. So basically, all that the special effect that come out and stuff like that, and you gotta be careful. So basically, just stick to the rooftops and stuff like that, and you'll be fine. But you got these different enemies called the Howlers. If they see you, bam, a chase starts and stuff, which is intense, but it doesn't have that oomph to it. But I'll give them credit. So basically, Dying Light 1, there wasn't really a reason to go out at night, unless you wanted that chase thrill, stuff like that. So what Techland did is they gave you a reason to go out at night and stuff like that. So basically, there are these night activities. There's GRE anomalies, which are boss battles and stuff like that. Which I'll get into. It's like stuff like that. I want you can take out these special affected and get inhibitors and stuff like that from them. Then we have GRE quarantine zones, stuff like that, or dark zones. These zones are the best. These zones are the best loot in the game, stuff like that. If you want to farm for loot, stuff like that, just farm these zones. So these dark zones, these quarantine zones, which have a lot of inhibitors in them, stuff like that, and a lot of loot and stuff. Now I'll get into everything. Next one, you have the Forsaken stores. These are like department stores that that haven't been looted yet, but the effect that came out in them. And then you have Dark Hollows. These are like abandoned-ish buildings and stuff like that with special effected inside, but not as much loot as the other two stores, so that but still a great place to get crystals and stuff like that. Now, the thing about these locations, why they're nighttime activities, is because during the day they're filled with infected to the brim. You can go in during the day, but I do not recommend that even if you're a high level, because they are filled to the brim with infected. So the reason why they say you do it at night is because the affected hibernate in buildings during the day and stuff. And this is my one complaint. There's really not a lot of affected on the street or outside during the day, because they're in the buildings hiding and stuff like that and hibernate till nighttime. That is such a dope feature and stuff. I know a lot of people didn't like. I loved it and stuff because it just adds more detail to it and stuff like that. Like they're actually these affected hibernate like animals and stuff like that. Get away from like the sunlight, or how a bear hibernates in winter and stuff. So so basically you wait till nighttime to go into these facilities and then loot when there's less affected. Now there are still affected in there, but a lot more that you can handle. Now when you're a lower level, just be careful. Just think around, stuff like that. Don't get caught. But when you're a higher level, you can just go in there and just start swinging and stuff and kill every enemy in there, and then just loot and stuff. So it kind of lose some of that challenge feeling and stuff like that, which I will get into. But so those are the nighttime gameplay activities, stuff like that. Now it's great and stuff. It's great that they give you a reason to go out at night and stuff like that. So basically the best time to do scavenging is at nighttime and stuff without getting seen. Now you are affected, so now they implemented this new feature called the immunity meter. What this meter is it's like your timer and stuff. For how long did that you be out? When you start the game, it goes down very fast and stuff, and you have to eat UV mushrooms or take those immunity inhalers and stuff like that to increase your clock, which I thought would be a feature that I hate and I get annoyed at, but really I didn't mind it. Especially after when you level up your health and your stamina, which which levels up your immunity timer. For some more that you level up your health and stamina, the longer that you can stay out during the night. Now, if you mean now, if you don't have no mushrooms, don't have no inhalers, stuff like that, and you can take it down to almost 1 minute or like 50 seconds, you guys sprint to the nearest UV light and stuff. It could be a safe zone, a hideout, a windmill, whatever that that you can basically and stuff to replenish your meter and then go back out and stuff like that. So basically that's the nighttime gameplay as a whole. Now let's get to my gripes. The nighttime is way too bright. The moon, it overpowers and stuff. Now the dark hollows and the quarantine zones are great, and the tunnels and stuff, with the metro system, stuff like that, which you can unlock fast travel if you clear it out. Those days are dark and gritty. That I love that. But the outside, you don't really need your flashlight. You can see all around you. Now, especially if you're on the rooftops. Now, if you're on the street and stuff, you can see, it's kind of hard to see and stuff, but you can still see. I don't know why they made the moon so bright. I don't know why they made the nighttime so bright. I guess they said that because people were scared of the nighttime in the first game, so they tweaked it to not make it as much intense. Techland, are you serious? That's what we played Dying Light 1 for. That's what we love. That pitch black darkness. You don't know what's around the corner. Until bam, a volatile pops out, and then it's like bam, like you can, and you run it and you can barely see with only your flashlight. Now when you get chased, it's like, oh, okay, I can see that pipe, that rope, that building gonna come up there, and just you can see everything at night, and it shouldn't be that. So I hope that they tweak it back to where it should be, except for like the first game, because it is too bright and stuff. Even because I calibrate my TV and all my sense, my HDR sense and stuff like that. I calibrate that at any game I play, and it's still bright. So that's kind of disappointing, because it takes away of the horror aspect when you're outside. But of course, when you're inside buildings or facilities, stuff like that, it's dark and stuff like that and gritty. Bring that to the outside too and stuff. So yeah, so that's the first gripe and stuff. Dark zones are underwhelming. The dark zones are not really much a challenge. Even when I finish the main story and I'm high level and stuff, you just don't really feel like a challenge and stuff. You just feel like you can just breeze through that. Now, when you first start the game, these zones are deadly and stuff like that. Some of them have deadly chemicals and stuff like that decreases your health, your immunity bar faster. More enemies. But as soon as you level up and you become a badass, basically you could go into these zones with no worries and just slash away and loot all the inhibitors, all the loot, and then just zip out and stuff. So, and they kind of like had the same location layout and stuff, which I found extremely disappointing, because the quarantine zones in the first game were different and stuff, the different locations, different layouts, but now these GRE zones have the same layout as the previous ones. So, and some of them are kind of different, but it's disappointing and stuff. I thought that they could do more with the level environment. So like a hospital will look more like a hospital. This quarantine building will look more like a building, but it's kind of, they had the same layout, same structure. Or follow this pipe and go down and stuff. So I think that they were a big disappointment and stuff. I thought there'd be more depth to them, but they're actually not and stuff like that. I thought that there would be like these big dungeons and stuff, big buildings with multiple floors, and the farther you go down, the harder it gets and stuff like that. But no, you can just pop down, kill everything, and then just loot and stuff. So the dark zones are a bit disappointment, stuff like that, and a lot of the activities, the nighttime activities are and stuff, because if you only loot, I'm not gonna go, and you're not gonna go out and stuff. So to give you a reason to go out and stuff like that. So dark zones, and the Forsaken stores and stuff like that are underwhelming. So extremely underwhelming and stuff. So I hope that they can tweak that and stuff like that sometimes and stuff, if that. But yeah, so unless you need loot and stuff like that, want to scavenge. I mean, in the beginning they're challenging, but as soon as we get like level up and stuff like that, they lose their thrill factor and stuff. So, oh man, I had to break out my tea. All right, last thing about the nighttime gameplay, the volatiles and stuff. I think the volatiles took a huge backseat in this game. I don't know what happened, but Techland, the volatiles are so iconic. Where are they in nighttime? Like, it's such a feature that was in the first one. So basically what I mean is the volatiles are nowhere to be sighted in the city at all at nighttime. Now, if you remember Dying Light 1, they were out. They were hunting and stuff like that. You knew that they were out and stuff like that, out and about and stuff like that. And then when it saw you, that's it. The whole pack will come chase you. That was so thrilling and stuff like that, because that gave you cautious to go outside. What they did is, these bastards took them out during just exploring the nighttime. Number one, there's no affected on the rooftops and stuff. So basically, all the affected is on the street. So long as you stay on the rooftops, you won't get seen at all. Which is so like, why and stuff? Because that like one, the affected was all, so some affected were on the rooftops and they would transform into virals and stuff like that, and they can climb buildings and stuff. Unless you're getting chased, nobody will fuck with you on the rooftops. So it's like, really. So basically, how the virals show up is during the chases. Now, of course, it's a new enemy type called the Howler. So they stay on the ground. Of course, if you stay on the rooftop, they will never see you at all. You could go nights without a chase and stuff. But of course, if you're on the street and stuff like that, and you get caught at the wrong time or place, they see you, they howl, and every affected in the area just come and chase you. And basically, it's like a start chase. So basically, it's like a GTA system, and they act like the police. And so when they see you, they howl, bam, a chase starts from level 1 to level 4. I don't know why they did it like that, but okay. So basically, stuff like that, then you get chased by virals and stuff like that on level 1. But it's sort of like 1 or 2 virals and stuff like that. But the longer that you keep the chase going, the meter builds to level 2, to level 3. Now level 2, more virals come out and stuff like that. Out of sewer tunnels, windows, and stuff like that, and it gets intense and stuff like that. Because they can kill you and stuff. So you're running. But then if you don't want to go to a safe zone yet and stuff, and that meter is building, level 3. Level 3 is when finally we see some volatiles and stuff like that. Then they come out, start chasing you. Now when these boys come out, start chasing you and stuff, you better have a UV flashlight on you or a light and stuff like that, because they can keep up with you and stuff, and they will take you down and stuff. And it's such a shame, because at level 4, it's just volatiles and stuff like that. They after you and stuff, not like non-stop. Like, they'll chase you across the map and stuff. So at that point, your only hope is to get to a safe zone. Now at level 1 and 2, you can hide tall grass in places, but level 3 and 4 to run to a safe zone and stuff like that, and UV light. But it's such a shame, because that's when they only show up at night, and it's like, why? What was the reason? Was it the reason because they thought that it was too scary and stuff like that? But that's what made Dying Light nighttime gameplay so engaging. Because you had to think. You don't have to think at nighttime now. again, I used to hesitate going out at night and Dying Light 1. Now I'm like, oh no, nighttime? Okay, cool, and stuff like that. Just stick to the rooftops and nobody will see me. Sometimes I would just get chased for the hell of it, for the thrill, because it was really, the nighttime doesn't really pose no threat unless you're getting chased, and that's such a letdown, stuff like that. And that's why I was so disappointed with nighttime gameplay, because they made it look like for casuals and stuff like that. It's like it's like the baby version of Dying Light 1 nighttime gameplay and stuff, and it's like a dumbed down version. And it's such underwhelming and stuff like that. Listen, they had it good. They had a good idea of, okay, you know, let's give players a reason to go out at night. What these locations? Good, kudos Techland. But when you make your nighttime dumbed down, those locations feel less threatening. The boss battles. The same boss, bro. When they said no, these mutated special effective boss battles in the trailer, I was like, oh my god, and stuff like that. This is gonna be crazy and stuff like that. No, let's see, what kind of things that we can get into. The fucking Reverend in every GRE anomaly. That's the boss in every location, and it's not even hard. It's not even a boss battle. Why do you call that a boss battle? It's like, yes, he's cool for the first like 2 times, and then after the 5th time, it's like, bro, what the hell and stuff like that. I'm just kidding. But okay, he's cool. He can bring the affected back from the dead. But it's so easy. All you gotta do is go, woo, 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 woo. Just swing away, and bam, he's dead. Loot him, get the hellers, and get out of there. That is such a disappointment. Where's the variety? You could have different affected at these different locations, these different boss zones, but you chose just to put the same enemy type in there? Come on, like but you can't make special affected. Maybe put a mutated spinner. Maybe put a demolisher. Where are the demolishers in the game? In Dying Light 1, you can go on the street and see a demolisher just roaming around. They either in brief story missions, you'll see one, or sometimes they'll pop up randomly. And that's such a, it's like the two most it's like their popular affected took a backseat. With these new ones, and the new ones are not even that scary like the old ones. So the boss battles are extremely disappointing and stuff like that. Just copy and paste and stuff. I love this franchise, but you guys know my reviews. I have to keep it real. I have to give my opinions of what I think about the game as a whole. No matter if they send me a copy of the game or whatever and stuff, because this thing is just ridiculous. The nighttime gameplay for me is the worst aspect of Dying Light 2, and that's such a shame, because I love the nighttime gameplay in Dying Light 1, and the way that they dumbed it down. So many features are missing, so many features that weren't promised, being too bright, no volatiles at night and stuff, same boss battles. They could have done so much more and stuff, and I just feel like they didn't say, okay, just copy and paste, because the boss battles are not even hard. Not even hard, especially when you level up. Yes, they might be hard in the beginning, but when you're fully leveled up, you can just go there without any thought, just swing away until this health bar dies down. And they put health bars in this game. Now, I turned them off completely and stuff. When I first booted up the game, I turned them off and stuff before I started the game, because I don't know why they put health bars in there. But, and that goes for like the human boss battles too and stuff. Bro, I drop kicked the boss and he flew off the roof. It's like, I thought it would be a boss battle, but literally, sometimes that if you're so powerful, even on hard mode, you can kill the boss in like 2 shots. So the nighttime gameplay for me is a big disappointment and stuff. Very it's just the disappointing and stuff. Like, I don't know what happened. I don't know what they can do and stuff. I mean, sure that they could tweak it and stuff, but you know, give us a more challenge and stuff like that. So yes, nighttime gameplay, Techland, thumbs down and stuff. I'm sorry, it's just a thumbs down and stuff like that. I know you dumbed it down too much, and it just took away from the horror aspect of it. So the nighttime gameplay. Moving on to the second to last category, graphics. Whew, where do I begin? The only mode that you should play on is performance mode. First of all, Techland, why is this game running in 1080p? Why is it running in 1080p? Okay, you have, if you have an old gen console, I get that and stuff. But when we have these next or current gen consoles, I have both the Xbox Series X and the PS5, and I can only run it at 1080p, 660. Not even 1440p. Now I'm gonna get into it, but the graphics as a whole look good and stuff like that. You know, sometimes they look great, but at 1080p stuff, the textures don't look muddy and stuff like that. They don't look good. Now I get it. It's not a next gen game, stuff like that. Cool, but the different modes make no sense. You have so basically the quality mode, the mode that I was really going to play on, is 1080p with ray trace at 30 frames. Meanwhile, Spider-Man Miles Morales, a cross-generational game, ran at 4K 30 frames with ray tracing. I don't give a damn if that game is at 30 frames on that mode. Why the hell would you make a quality mode and only put that shit with ray tracing and 1080p? Please explain that to me. And it's only 30 frames. That's cool for that mode. But why is it only 1080p with ray tracing? When so many other games did that 4K with ray tracing. Come on now. Now performance mode, 1080p 60 frames. We're still at 1080p. Almost 2 years into these consoles' life cycles. And we're still playing against a 1080p. You could at least be the performance mode 1440p. Like, come on and stuff. Now the resolution mode is 4K and stuff, but it's at 30 frames. But that's it. That's all you get. Like, what? Like, that resolution mode should have 4K and ray trace it. The performance mode should be like at least 4K or 1440p 60 frames. Or the resolution mode should be 4K 60. And the quality mode should be 4K ray tracing at 30 frames. And the performance mode should be 1440p at 60 frames. At least that and stuff. But, you know, with that out the way and stuff like that, the graphics though as a whole and stuff, despite my little rant and stuff, are very good and stuff. No, actually some moments they're actually great and stuff. You know, a lot of details on the character and stuff like that, and the weapons and stuff. You know, the world. Now this is where I'm gonna give them a point. The atmosphere in the world is amazing and stuff. You just feel the scale and stuff like that. And there's NPCs actually walking around. They're actually talking to each other and stuff like that, interacting with each other, stuff like that. And it feels like they're living in this world, stuff like that. They build stuff. They build stuff. You can see NPCs just walking on the street and stuff like that, or going on certain rooftops, and they sit by campfires telling stories and stuff like that, or singing and stuff, just doing day-to-day life, stuff like that. And I love that. The atmosphere and how the world there just feels so alive and stuff. So Techland, You nail it on that end. Even though the graphic modes can be tweaked, but just how the world feels and the scale of it and stuff like that, you feel like you're living in a post-apocalyptic world and stuff like that. 15 years after the fall, stuff like that. They have these makeshift weapons and stuff like that. These buildings, stuff like that. These armor. There's so much detail in this world and stuff that it's incredible. So the detail alone and graphics do look good and stuff like that. Of course, with that 1080p, the textures can get muddy and stuff like that. But and stuff like that. But sometimes the lighting, the atmosphere, the tones do look good and stuff like that. And some of the effects look amazing and stuff. So graphics modes, come on, Techland, fix that. But graphics as a whole and detail in the world, excellent and stuff. So no comparison there, but Techland, if you just tweak those modes and stuff like that, and because especially people on next gen, you do more than 1080p and stuff. So that's not good. But graphics, you get a sort of a thumbs up, just sort of and stuff like that. Just just make the game run more upscaled and stuff like that. So yeah. So last but not least, the things I do not like and the glitches. We're almost an hour in of this review and stuff. I told you it was gonna be a long review and stuff, but here it is. The last category: glitches and bugs and things I just don't like. Now, this game, it's so glitchy and buggy. Now, it's not on Cyberpunk's level like everybody was trying to troll and say. No. But I was saying this, Techland, this game could use 3 months, 2 to 3 more months in the oven to iron out these issues and stuff. I get it. The game has been delayed till hell. But it's a mess. So of course, starting off, the co-op. This is my problem, Techland. The co-op. How do you mess up the co-op in a post-apocalyptic game? And your first game had that. How do you mess it up so bad? So bad that it just be unplayable. Number one, no cross-gen or platform support. Why the hell not, Techland? Really, a simple mode. So my brother is on PS4 because he can't get a PS5 yet. I'm on PS5. I can't play with him while I'm on PS5, but any other game, I can play with him. In any other game, but not in this game. Why, Techland? But now, if I want to play with him, I gotta play the PS4 version with none of my saves. Basically, all my hard work, I gotta start all over again. A simple feature, Techland, like that. Yes, most people are still on PS4, but a lot of people are on PS5, and they don't want to go backwards. Because if you play the PS4 version, you know how that shit runs. You know how that shit runs. It's like, what happened? So it's like, what happened? Tell it what happened and stuff. That you have to add that mode. You have to. There's no way around it. You have to. Cause that's so frustrating. Because at the point, what I mean. When me and my brother passed the tutorial, and once you complete it and stuff like that, then you unlock co-op. Now we're excited, but then I said, "Hey, bro, join me." And he was like, "I can't." Why can't you? Because it said that you're on PS5, I'm on PS4, and can't support it. I said, excuse me? So then I try to join him, and I can't join him. It just says, just play. And it's like, why? And stuff. Until I figured it out, no cross-gen support. Techland, you have to add that. You have to and stuff. Especially if you're far into the game and you want to play with your friends and stuff like that. You trust me, you don't want to start all over and stuff. So please add that. Please add that. Now the connection issues with co-op and stuff. A lot of people have this and stuff. Constantly getting kicked. So while I'll play with him, I'll get kicked. And then I can't rejoin. And really, there's no really way to rejoin your friends in the game and stuff. But it will constantly kick me. Constantly. And I don't even know why. I have good Wi-Fi. It will constantly kick me. And then when it kicks me, I can't join back up with him. Or he can't join me. The co-op is completely broken. Now, in my extra recommend video, they are working on a fix. They're putting out patches. But for right now, remember, first impressions last forever. Means everything. So, the co-op is completely broken. Techland, that's such a disappointment. Because I know the co-op to me is not a big deal because I'm a solo player. But to a lot of people, that is a major blow. And stuff. If not having to work on day one. And no cross-generation support. Come on, Techland. Come on now. But that's just my co-op and stuff. Basically getting stuck into walls and stuff, and characters T-posing. Now, of course, there's a lot. I saw a lot of, so basically, I would get stuck on stuff constantly, either in parkour or combat. I get stuck in cars, buildings, stairs. A little crawl space and stuff like that. Start glitching all over the place, stuff like that. And it can be fixed, stuff like that. But yeah, so that stuff was very annoying because sometimes I would get chased, and my character would be climbing the wall, and then he won't go up. He'll just go like this. Like, pull yourself up. And all the game will do is just start stuttering. So basically major and stuff problems and stuff like that. So I have my list right here. The nighttime gameplay is too bright, which I already covered that. The controls are weird at first, but I bet you get used to them. I wish that they could tweak some of the controls for the different skills. So, for example, the drop kick. Back then, in Dying Light 1, what you gotta do is jump in the air with R1 and click L1 to kick one time. Now you gotta jump in the air and press L1 twice for the drop kick. I do not like that and stuff like that. I wish that they could go back and stuff like that, to the original controls and stuff, because sometimes you gotta do all these button presses just to do a move, and that's frustrating because it's like, damn, oh my god, okay, there's an enemy right on the end, the roof. Start running. I jump in the air. I forget to hit one button. And bam, I missed the shot. So some of the button layout, so some of the button layout for the skills needs to be tweaked and stuff like that. I do not like how you have to press extra buttons now to do a certain skill and stuff. So that's just in my opinion. Maybe stuff. I'll put like a button mapping, in there and stuff like that. So that way that I can, try, so that way that everybody can just tweak it and stuff like that to how they want. Frame rate drops. My God, the frame rate drops in this game. I thought I was playing Cyberpunk again. The frame rate drops are so present, especially when you're in the big city area and stuff like that. and combat and parkour stuff like that, the frames would dip. Mine was like went from 60 to like 20 and stuff. So it became a slideshow at some points. The frame rate drops are which I'm most experienced throughout the entire game, stuff like that. And going from 60 to like 20 and stuff like that can hurt your eyes and stuff like that. So it's like, I mean, I knew that it was gonna be frame rate drops, but I know that it was gonna be this much, and sometimes that it took me out of the experience because either I'm in the mission or I'm doing parkour on the rooftops, and the game will just start stuttering and stuff like that. Tragic. Another one. The menus are laggy as hell. My God, the menus in this game are complete garbage. We have to scroll over. It just takes like an extra 5 seconds for it to load up. So basically, when you hit, pause, the menus would take like an extra 5 seconds just to load up on your screen. Navigating through the different toggles, it'll be laggy. Like, it'll be like, whoop, 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 and stuff like that. Like it just, the menus gotta be fixed, stuff like that. Just scrolling through different toggles, stuff like that. So basically, you go from your map to your skills, and you pressing the button, and the thing won't move over until like 5 seconds afterwards, and stuff like that. The menus are extremely laggy, and stuff like that. Hell, half this game is very laggy. Some of the dialogues and the cutscenes. The cutscenes, when the characters move, it's like so jittery and stuff like that. So it's very, very laggy and stuff. It's even when you play on the 60 frames mode and stuff. But the menus, every time I had to go into the menus, I just hate it because they gotta be fixed, stuff like that. Just the lag is so bad, especially on the map and stuff like that too. When you just go on the map, Techland, you have to fix that because it kills me every time and stuff. So yeah, that is a definitely fix. Next one, crashing. Now I experienced like 2 crashes through my playthrough and stuff like that, but I know that it was it happened to a lot of people multiple times, but for me it was only like 2 times and stuff like that. The other bugs I experienced a lot, so like more often than not and stuff like that. So so basically crashes, stuff like that, I only happened to me twice and stuff, so it wasn't really a big deal. Ooh, 1 hour in. With all that being said, what do I rank Dying Light 2 as? Now, of course, with all that being said, you might not think that I like the game. You're wrong. I love the game. But sometimes you have to be, I had to put my love for a franchise aside and just be straight up and stuff. Just call like I see it and stuff like that. Because on this channel, I'm real and stuff like that. I can love Techland. Look, I love your game. Don't get me wrong. I love your game. But sometimes you need that tough love and stuff like that. So I call out all the issues. So basically, I told you what I like, what I did like, what I don't hate, bugs, glitches, stuff like that, all that. Now, what do I rank Dying Light 2 on my list? I'm giving Dying Light 2 a great tier. Now, that's so because I really want to give this game like a masterpiece tier or amazing tier, but the state that it's in right now, I just can't and stuff like that, and it just sucks. But this is a great game and stuff like that. It is a great game, stuff like that. You will have a fun time, especially if you're a fan of the first game and stuff. Definitely highly recommend you play it. But just be warned about the bugs and glitches and stuff like that, and some of the aspects might not, be good and stuff like that, in your opinion. So, just a little warning there and stuff like that. But anyway, that's my review of Dying Light 2, stuff like that. So, you guys did enjoy today's video, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe if you're new to the channel. It should be out so much. Make sure that you hit that post notification bell so you get notified every time I upload a video. Next game up that I will be covering and reviewing on my channel is Halo Infinite. Ready to have it installed, stuff like that. I'm gonna try to get Horizon and stuff like that when that comes out, but this game I gotta take a break from and stuff because I've been playing it a lot and stuff, and yes, I got everything that I want to say off my chest. So yeah, so just comment down below. Are you enjoying the game? How do you feel about Dying Light 2, stuff like that, and your experience, stuff like that? Have you encountered any bugs? Do you love the game? Do you hate it, stuff like that? Let me know. And till next time, guys, stay safe, stay human. Take it easy, guys. Peace.